Hello and welcome to my channel. In this video we are going to answer the question, who is Ezra? Let's begin. This is the verse in the Quran that mentions Ezra. It is a verse that has baffled Christians and Jews for over 1,000 years. The Jews famously do not call anyone the Son of God. Strictly speaking, they awaited the coming of the Messiah who they called the Son of God, but let's go with the most mainstream understanding of Judaism. In current history, everyone accepts that the Jews have never called anyone the Son of God. Not a single ancient writing suggests otherwise, and it is in fact very contrary to their beliefs. Therefore, this verse alone proves Islam to be false, as this error is not just plain and obvious, but it indicates that the writers of the Quran did not know much about the Abrahamic faith. However, this verse is in, and it is not a mistake. Let's take it apart with logic. If I said, the Jews say that Ezra is the Son of God, the next sentence would need to say, the Christians say that Jesus is the Son of God. That would sort of make sense. A name for a name. But the sentence attached to the Christians does not say Jesus, but the Messiah. That's a title, and it's an important clue. Notice that it doesn't say, the Messiah, the Son of Mary, as we see it in a verse a moment later, because that would also indicate that Ezra is a person, and the Son of Mary is a different person. But that's not what it says. If the Christians say that the Messiah is the Son of God, then the character named as Ezra being called the Son of God must be Jesus too, because he is the only one ever called that name. We conclude that Ezra, just like the Messiah, are both titles for Jesus. If you're thinking, hold on. But Ezra is certainly a name. Well, not really. Ezra in Arabic reads as Uzair, which is a name. However, in old manuscripts show that before they added the diacritical marks that now read Uzair, there was another word in its place, before they changed it through the addition of diacritical marks. The original word was Aziz. As it happens, that was also a title, which meant, the beloved one. Therefore, the verse that says that Jews called Aziz the Son of God, is yet another reference to Jesus, as the beloved one. However, the statement we made at the start still stands. No Jews ever called anyone the Son of God. So, how do we explain this? The answer is found with the Judeo-Nazareens. These people believed in Moses and his scriptures, and in Jesus and his scriptures, and they hated the Talmudic Jews for rejecting Jesus and following the Talmud as though it were divine. They tried to convert Talmudic Jews to following the Messiah, and as such they had two different types of Jews in their minds. Good Jews accepted the Messiah. Bad Jews rejected the Messiah and followed the Talmud. Since this verse mentions Jews calling Aziz the Son of God, it is a clear sign that the writers meant the good Jews. The next verse makes everything clear. When we read in context, the writer says that Jews and Christians say words about this one character, but they have repeated whatever their scholars say. The implication is that people listening to preachers parrot words without really understanding or believing much. Also note that the next verse in Surah 9 verse 31, the writer talks about the Messiah, and Aziz is not mentioned ever again. The verse also says, they took their rabbis and monks as lords apart from God and the Messiah. What Jews took their rabbis as lords apart from God and the Messiah? Those who accepted the Messiah, but followed some rabbis blindly, without knowing much. Notice that this verse is also very Trinitarian, which the editors of the Quran should have removed, but that's a story for another time. Mystery of Ezra, solved. There's a problem with the script which we will address in the next video, before moving on to more cool stuff. We hope you enjoyed this reveal. Let us know your thoughts on the comments section below, and remember to like, share and subscribe. We thank you for your support. See you in the next one.